Everybody, and welcome back. Before we get started, go ahead and hit the like button, the subscribe button, all that usual stuff to help the channel grow. It's a win for you, and it's a win for me. So what I want to talk about in this video is how to stop standing up in your golf swing. Now, this can be interpreted two different ways. Number one, you can be, standing up, going into your backswing, and then you could be standing up, going into the impact area. And believe it or not, we never saw, because this Hogan's dedicated to Mr. Hogan, but we never ever saw Mr. Hogan stand up in his golf swing. But a lot of people do, and the reason why is very simple. You have to remember there's weight on the end of the stick, right? So when people take this club and they get here, and then they're doing it like the modern swing, right? And then they raise up, that's one form of standing up. And then they try to drop it back down and then come through, okay? Or you could do it the right way and let the club keep you in your posture at all times. See what I'm doing? I'm just here, and now I've gone around my body. Now I have no tendency, I'm locked into this position. However, if I take it this way and take this club up, a lot of people, they get right here, and right when they're going, they don't get there, they get right there, right? And then they take this club up, and when the weight of this club is, they raise up out of their posture, okay? So how do we stop this from happening, okay? You have to understand the path of your hands and the path of your club are going to dictate a tremendous amount of information back to your brain, and your brain gives the signals of how to do all this stuff, believe it or not. So instead of taking this and going, down the line and then picking this up, and then all of a sudden, because we picked it up, we start standing up here, and then we come down, and this thing is coming down at such a steep angle, your brain says, stand up where you can try to hit the ball. It's really that simple. I'll do it from down the line again. So if we are in this position and I've gone here and then I pick this club up and I stand up, the obvious to that, when you start coming down, this thing is coming down so steep that you stand up to give yourself room to clear. But when you can understand, instead of taking the club on this path up, that if you could start moving it on this path, which is around you, look at how from here I have no tendency to stand up in the backswing. And then in the downswing, everything is just staying to where I'm staying in the shot. However, if I go here and pick that club up with my hands, you could see from here to here, a lot of people will stand up. And it's because, heck, if something's going up that has weight on the end of the stick, most people, they lift up and then they lift down, or they're pulling down. They have no room to shallow this club, so they stand up. Now, what's the other problem with this? When you start pulling this down, look how this elbow is going down. It's not going around. So if this is coming down, your hands are going, oh my gosh, stand up. Or a lot of people go, it's going to be too steep, and they flip, which also causes this stand-up move. So what we really have to understand is we have to get this club working around our body, okay? Not our body trying to turn and we're going up and then down and then trying to come through. There's too many variables in that. Ask yourself logically, look at it. If something goes up in the laws of physics, the laws of gravity, it has to come down. If something is moving around you, it will continually move around you because it's just the way it works, right? There's laws of gravity and all those things in this kind of around you pattern, but the only thing that's really going around and turning down is those wrists turning down. But I'm not trying to forcefully turn them down. It just happens. But if you have a problem in your golf swing with raising up out of your posture, standing up in the shot, I'm telling you right now, the best way to take care of this is visualize this club going around you, and then visualize it going around you back into the ball. And because it's going, again, it's at an inclined plane going around me, but because it's going around me, I have no tendency to want to stand up. Now, they could say there's all kinds of different reasons, but it comes down to one simple thing. If you take this club on a vertical path and then you start coming down at like this angle, 9 times out of 10 for a lot of, recreational players, they're going to go, I do not have enough room to get things to turn down. So what do? They stand up, chest is facing the ball, and they wonder why they don't hit it with power. They wonder why they're standing up in their backswing and in their downswing. Well, it's simple. This path of taking the club up this way and lifting it up and then dropping it down and then standing up, because we've all heard you want to push back and you want to do all this stuff. Well, that's a culprit too, because the information is out there and then you get caught up in, oh my goodness, I have that problem. That must relate to me, but it's not. So we're talking about a very generic, sampling size from the people that do stand up and try to figure out how they have to correct it. Well, the simple correction, when this club is going up, it never gets the depth of being behind you. It's up here. So now, because it's up here in the highest level, you are taking your whole chest region from T12 up, and you're going up. You're pulling yourself up with the upper part of your torso. And then in the downswing, you start coming down, and it's your legs stand up so that you have to hit the shot. But the simplest way for you to understand this is this club has to move exactly like I've been teaching us. And you'll see how I'm so wound up that I'm just coming through here, and I have no desire to want to stand up because my body is going into rotation. And because my body's going into rotation, I've set this path to be in orbit. If you think about it, because I've talked about the orbit of the elbows and all this stuff, like Mr. Hogan said, they are concentric circles. So think about that. If it's a concentric circle, think about this. This is what Mr. Hogan said, concentric circles. So if the club is going this way, yeah, that's still kind of working on a circle, right? But then all of a sudden, when you pick it up, it's now going vertical instead of in this concentric circle in relationship to your spine. So then all of a sudden, because you are not, you've lost the concentric circles of the golf swing, now you are coming down and you're thinking, well, I got to make this thing go in a circle. So people stand up, they flip, all these different things. But when you can understand it truly is concentric circles in relationship to our spine, the hand pat, the orbit of the elbow, the orbit of the wrist, the hands, the shaft, the club head is all working on this concentric circle. A concentric circle doesn't go this way and then pick itself up. That's not a concentric circle. That'd be like half a circle, lift up. That's why it doesn't work as well. There's a lot of guys that are making a living doing that, but I'm telling you, for the recreational players and even for a lot of those tour players, they have to learn how to keep this relationship with the shaft working in front of you, on the side of you, behind you. Then behind you, on the side of you, in front of you, side and behind. That is a concentric circle. Okay, so that circle in real life would be like this. Now imagine if I could go around this in a circle, right? But I'm tilted forward, so it's on an inclined plane, and then, there's the concentric circle. And then all of a sudden I'm coming down. But I'm not coming down. I'm going around my body, and then I get into all these wonderful, beautiful positions. So when you can learn to move things around your body, you will absolutely stop standing up in your backswing, and you will stop standing up at impact. Hope this helps. We'll see you in the next video.